So in the world of day trading and stock trading, there's a lot of scammers out there, really out to cheat you, unfortunately. And it's the same if you go buy a used car. A lot of these people are used car salesmen. And as it turns out, Ross Cameron at Warrior Trading is guilty. The government has fined them $3 million over sort of their practices of the Warrior Trading YouTube channel. And this stuff's real, man. And that's why I make these videos for you. There's a lot of new people to the market. And you know, if you're new, you don't know that there's a lot of people out there basically cheating you every day. Also too, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I was a professor for about 10 years. This is all to help you grow your account and grow your mind. These are the headlines coming out of Massachusetts. That's where his business is based. It says, Great Barrington Stock Trading Company agrees to $3 million settlement with the feds. Here's another headline. Warrior Trading forced to pay $3 million for misleading day trading scheme. Basically, the government had 4 charges on them. The basic gist of the charges, one, that their strategy is profitable. So the government's like, dude, your strategy is not profitable. That was one. So they're saying that's a lie. 2, the strategies are scalable. We're talking about the Ross Cameron's day trading strategy. Scalable sort of means like you can go from small account, with the same strategies and grow up to say big account. They're saying that's false. You can't scale it. 3, the Ross Cameron and Warrior Trading claim that you can be a successful trader with just an account of $500. Government's calling out scam on that one as well. Number 4, Ross Cameron saying, hey, if you sign up for my classes, you too can be rich and grow your $500 account to $1 million. Government's saying that is totally false. So those were the 4 charges against him. Again, they paid a $3 million fine. It was really interesting reading through sort of the details of what the government had on this guy. And this was a multi-year thing. So it wasn't like, he did a one-time offense. It was like, 3-4 years of tracking him, using all this evidence of like, yep, you're a scammer. Give us the money. What I thought was kind of interesting, though, to be perfectly frank, was that he wasn't shut down. They basically said, you can keep doing your practice, but you got to cut out, how can I say? You can keep your business, but you got to cut out these false and misleading practices. So I don't know the details of sort of how that gets worked out, but I think that's an interesting part just to lay out there for you. I've always been suspicious of Ross Cameron, mostly because, and I'll tell you why, flat out, he trades penny stocks. And if you look at his YouTube channel, he's always like, oh my God, I'm making, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 on penny stocks. That kind of stuff is always very, very suspicious. The reason why I say that is because I've always wondered if he's like buying these ahead of time and then pumping them up to his followers and then selling it, right? Pump and dump. You got to be very leery of these sort of trading chat room kind of things that are promising riches, and it's all on penny stocks. Very, very leery about those kind of people. So I've always wondered about that. But evidently the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, wasn't the ones that got him. It was the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission. So basically, again, it was consumer protection laws, as I mentioned, that sort of got him on, which I thought was interesting. Some of the headlines that the government used to sort of illustrate the egregious claims that they're making. So again, the whole charge is basically you're misleading people. Here's a headline that they will use. Simplify and accelerate your day trading journey with the most popular free online workshop. Learn my strategies for finding the right stocks and managing risk that I used to grow $583 to over $1 million. So I can't even say it with a straight face. When I was a kid, this is back in the 80s, there used to be infomercials of these kind of people all the time. They'd always say this. I can't remember the name of the guy, but there was this one guy that always say, in my small studio apartment, I made $1 million and you can too. That kind of stuff. So that's the kind of person that Ross Cameron is basically a scammer and promising people that they're going to get rich quick. It's that kind of stuff. And this is why I make these videos for you guys about these fraudsters on YouTube, is because you got to call these people out. I mean, I'm just be real. You got to call these people out. There's so many new people to the market that get taken advantage of. According to the government, this is talking about Ross Cameron here, according to the government, like 78% of the students who took Ross Cameron's classes lost money. Only 10% of the students made over $90, which isn't very much money. You guys get that. And so they're saying like, 10% of the people made over $90, which isn't very much. And when you compare this to the fees that Ross Cameron charges for his classes, it was high. So what they would do is, so they're promising these free sort of free online workshop, come in free, we're going to teach you how to go from 500 to a million. And then when you get there, according to the government, they really sort of high pressure sell you into subscribing to their system. And it's like the first 30 days is $997, right? A bargain, right? For 30 days. And then after that, each month, they'll do a recurring charge of like $197. So as it turns out, the total amount of money that Ross Cameron is getting from the students is like in the tens of millions of dollars. So it could be anywhere from say 20 million upward to 90 million in that range. So under 100 million, but that's a lot of money. And so when they're fining them $3 million, it might just be a slap on the wrist. I don't know. I just don't know. According to the news though of Barrington, Massachusetts, Ross Cameron actually bought, this is a true story, it's really funny. They bought an old firehouse. So think of like Ghostbusters kind of thing, like a fire station. And they bought it for around 600,000, something of that nature. So, I have no idea what Russ Cameron's bank account is or anything like that, but I can just say the government said you're making like tens of millions of dollars and that you're cheating people. It's very disturbing when I ever read this kind of stuff, and it's sad, really. Here's the gist of it, and believe me, I really understand. Everyone wants to be successful in life, right? Yeah, I mean, we all do. I want to. I'm sure you want to as well. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that, how they're trying to frame this in a way that makes sense. They don't have the experience or the education levels to determine what is fraud and what is not fraud, right? Especially if you're new and you hop on YouTube and you click in, day trading or whatever, and you see this guy promising you $20,000 a day, right? And if you hop over to my channel, I'm saying, this is hard, you got to do it all day, take it seriously, it's a job. Or you have the other guy who's saying, man, this is simple, this is easy, you make 20 grand a day. Who are you going to click on, right? You're going to click on the guy who's telling you it's simple and easy, you're going to be rich, and you're going to just ignore my kind of visit telling you it's hard and stuff like that. And it's frustrating because if you tell people the truth, you're less likely to be successful for this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, and this is something I stress so much with my students, with people I work with forever and ever, is you got to play for the long game in life. I'm pushing 50. I always tell you guys that. And I stay young because I'm not out to cheat people and make a quick buck. But full disclosure, Ross Cameron, man, that's not a quick buck, tens of millions of dollars. But, if you're cool with cheating people, being a used car salesman, and then getting fined by the government for $3 million, I mean, go for that. But that's not the life for me. That's not the life I want for anyone around me. And that's something that I just don't feel good about. And that's why I make these videos to tell you that, I mean, these people are real. These cheaters are real. And so, day trading is tough. I'll never say it's easy. I try to give you guys realistic expectations about these things and try to help you understand that anyone who's out there in the market, either pitching you crypto, pitching you penny stocks, and pitching you millions, or as we talk about on the channel a lot as well, these AMC sort of stock people saying, oh my God, you're all going to be rich, just keep buying and holding. And yet for a year, the stock has gone down from $72 to $12. I mean, all this stuff relates is that people want to believe in the dream. They want to, right? And I understand that. But if something is too good to be true, it often is. And I think that's the best piece of advice that I have for you. If something's too good to be true, it often is. And I know it's not as fun to hear the truth, but you'll be more protected and go into life, be ready for success and set yourself for success by living in reality. Be very careful with these sort of snake oil salesmen like a Ross Cameron or trading. There's a lot of people out there in the world like this, unfortunately. And you got to protect yourself and always have your sort of BS radar on. That's the best way to describe it. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this stuff. I'd also love to hear from anyone who's had any experience with Ross Cameron's classes or anything of this nature. Would like to hear, hey, I took that class. It's a total scam. I can vouch for that. And the funny thing is, full disclosure, the problem with some of these sort of scammer people is their followers who have lost money and stuff like that. Oftentimes they try to recoup their money and try to convince people to buy their stocks so they can get out of the position. So you can't necessarily trust everyone in the comments, unfortunately. That's also part of the world. I'm just keeping it real. But I still want to hear from people anyway. And it's fun to have discussions about this. So anyway, so Ross Cameron is a fraudster, according to the United States government, was fined $3 million. And I always appreciate watching these videos, and hopefully it's helpful for you. And I'll catch you next time.